Welcome to the Grand Theater of Social Stagnation, a place I like to call the auction house of broken dreams. In this arena, the currency isn't just money, it is time, youth, and a brutal sense of self-awareness. Most people seem to have misplaced this awareness in the digital age we live in today. Today, we are opening a case file on a phenomenon sweeping through the hyper-stratified urban landscapes of East Asia. It is a condition we might call terminal delusion, spreading rapidly through the modern city. Our subject is a 34-year-old woman, born in 1993, caught in a mathematical trap of her own making. She is a graduate of a well-regarded women's university in the heart of the capital city. She currently holds a desk at what is politely termed a strong, small to medium enterprise. In the ruthless corporate hierarchy of a city like Seoul, being at a mid-tier firm is a specific social marker. It means you are comfortable, but you are not a titan in the professional world. You are participating in the economy, but you aren't writing the rules that govern it. Over a career spanning 7 years, she has managed to accumulate a personal fortune of 100 million local units. This amount is roughly equivalent to $75,000 in the current global market. To her, this is a mountain of security and a testament to her personal discipline. But measured against the world's most aggressive real estate bubbles, the perspective changes dramatically. A standard family apartment in the capital can easily command 1.2 billion local units. That 100 million is less of a foundation and more of a down payment on a luxury SUV. It is a classic case of a blue-chip ego trading on a penny stock exchange. She markets herself with the Hamster Face appeal, featuring youthful, rounded features and a soft image. At 168 centimeters tall, with a dedicated exercise routine, she believes she is defying the biological clock. With a self-proclaimed baby face, she maintains high confidence in her perceived youthful appearance. She prides herself on a lack of materialistic vanity, claiming she doesn't care for luxury handbags. Her true passion is international travel, and she has spent her surplus capital on ephemeral experiences. She has been collecting stamps in a passport, while her male counterparts were grinding to build equity. She now expects them to provide the tangible stability she traded for airline tickets. She has spent her 20s consuming the world, and now at 34, she is looking for a partner. This is the intersection paradox, where a woman's perceived market value begins to diverge from reality. She isn't just looking for a husband, she is looking for a strategic exit from the middle class. Her requirements for this financial bailout are nothing short of a statistical hallucination. The core issue here is the total collapse of metacognition and self-assessment. She is a 34-year-old mid-tier employee competing for a tiny sliver of elite men. These men are currently being pursued by 24-year-old flight attendants and 27-year-old educators. She is walking into a luxury dealership with discount coupons, expecting to drive home a supercar. Her list of 5 specific requirements reveals the depth of this social disconnect. She starts with height, requiring 178 centimeters or taller for any potential suitor. In a region where the average is 173 centimeters, she filters out 60% of the population immediately. Then, he must work for a top-tier global conglomerate to meet her income standards. We are now looking at the top 10% of earners in the entire country. He must also have a clean, managed appearance, pushing him into the top 2% of desirable males. Finally, she demands a native of the capital to avoid traditional social obligations in the provinces. She wants a man whose parents already own a billion-unit property to bypass generational struggle. She wants the peak without the climb, seeking a search for a matured investment rather than love. This is the 100 million hamster trap, where the bait is a decade-old charm. The prize she seeks is a life she hasn't earned through her own professional efforts. What happens when the hamster face meets the wall of mathematical reality in the dating market? The numbers don't lie, even if the digital filters on her photos do. To understand this rejection loop, we must look at the depreciation of her primary asset. That asset is the prestige of her academic background, known as the women's university bubble. In the late 2000s and early 2010s, attending such a college was marketed as a golden ticket. These institutions functioned as finishing schools for the upper middle class in that era. They created a powerful echo chamber, where young women were told they were the elite. Much like the Dutch tulip mania, these women were assigned an inflated value based on a brand name. But today, that 1993 edition tulip is being traded in a market that has moved on to 2026 realities. The bubble has popped because of what we call information symmetrization in the dating world. In the past, the dating market was opaque, and a prestigious degree was a proxy for status. Now, men at major corporations like Samsung or SK are armed with data and cold logic. They know that a specific degree doesn't guarantee wealth-building capability or emotional maturity. They are looking for women who possess both beauty and high-spec professional licenses. Our subject is still trying to sell her depreciated asset at 2012 prices. She is oblivious to the fact that buyers have shifted their focus to younger competitors. This disconnect is fueled by a severe case of main character syndrome in her personal life. She views her life as a scripted drama where a handsome prince must eventually arrive. Her demand for a Seoul native is a psychological shield against provincial contamination. She wants the modern aesthetic of the city without the traditional debt of being a daughter-in-law. By labeling herself with a cute hamster face, she uses a childish defense mechanism. This strategy worked at 22, but at 34, it signals a lack of maturity. Now, let's run a cold technical simulation of what this woman calls basic requirements. We are looking at the intersection of height, career, appearance, and background criteria. A height of 178 centimeters or taller puts a man in the top 15% of the population. A position at the top-tier global conglomerate represents the top 10% of professional success. When you add Seoul-based upbringing and age limits, the mathematical probability collapses. We are looking at a 0.045% intersection in a massive city of 10 million people. This is not a dating pool, it is a statistical anomaly in the social landscape. With a career at a small firm and 100 million won in savings, our subject has zero leverage. Her 100 million won doesn't even cover the acquisition tax on a standard Seoul apartment. The distance between a global conglomerate and a small enterprise is a rigid class divide. To start a life without a long commute, a couple needs 600 million won in liquid cash. She expects a 5-to-1 investment ratio, asking a partner to be 500% more successful than her. Insiders at electronics firms state that such men are being bombarded by younger candidates. A matchmaker diagnosed this as a total failure of metacognition and realistic assessment. They view a man's 20 years of sacrifice as a basic setting they are entitled to. To high achievers, she is defective inventory trying to rebrand itself as a limited edition. While a 34-year-old might be a catch elsewhere, Seoul is a winner, take-all arena. By age 37, her narrow age demands lead to a ghost-town future for her. This generation risks becoming the cat ladies of Seoul, clutching depreciated savings. Fuel the truth at dating in Korea, support the structure, and stay safe in the lounge.